All right, guys, I somehow managed to go from making $500 per month selling my books on Amazon KDP to making $47,7800 last month in July 2025. So you can see it's like, I don't know, probably plus 10,000% or so, probably more. And yeah, one of the key realization I've done to do this, like the main thing that moved me from here to here was realizing that keyword doesn't exist or doesn't work the way we're usually used to explain them as, okay? So I will break it down for you, the whole strategy, but for a moment, let me just show you what I was doing before and I was failing, which probably most of you are gonna recognize in this process that I'm about to explain. Because what's normally the paradigm of the common publisher, what's explained in courses, etc., is that you should, before creating the book, you should do some research and find a profitable keyword for your book, okay? And then this keyword is going in the title of it, okay? And then the title is going to be the keyword, and this way you can rank somehow in the algorithm of Amazon. And this is where everything gets it wrong. Like, the algorithm doesn't work like this anymore. We have a new version of the algorithm in the last couple of years, okay, that is slowly developing. It's called algorithm A10 of Amazon, and it works in a very different way. Because if you keep doing research, finding a keyword, creating a title around this keyword, and repeat the process, you keep like spinning on a hamster wheel pretty much. Okay, you have to start from zero every single time. You have to look for a new keyword. You have to do all the time the same research with all the spreadsheet or write down the competitor results, etc., which none of that matter. I haven't done that in the last few years. Like, I was doing that when I was making $50 per month. I'm not doing that now that I'm making 50,000 per month. Okay, so just to get you to understand how things works. Okay, because the search engine optimization of Amazon, how the algorithm works, is not going to prioritize anymore the keywords and the number of sales. Those were the two things that mattered, okay? You find a profitable keyword, you try to get as much sales as possible initially, so the algorithm is gonna push you. And you use Amazon ads to get these more sales, okay? The reason everybody used to do this, and still work to some degree today, I'm not gonna lie, like, you can still make, 1,000-2,000 per month and then repeat the process again. So, you're gonna keep working to make a normal salary, probably below average, for nothing. And this is the explanation of where this method was born. Okay, it was born like probably 5 years ago when the Amazon algorithm was the A9, and the main focus of A9 algorithm is literally the exact keyword matches. So according to what the customer is typing in the research, like the only thing that matters is what he types in the search bar, is gonna match the titles that has these search term used inside their title. Okay, it's gonna show it in the exact order, and it's gonna show them in an order that is gonna be, the more sale you get, the higher you appear in the hierarchy. Okay, now doesn't matter where the sales come from, doesn't matter what type of customer bought them. Okay, it's just gonna calculate the amount of sales you do inside this ranking. Okay, so prefer internal metrics like the internal sales. Pay-per-click, Amazon ads are considered the same as organic sales, were considered the same as organic sales, okay? And everything that matters was just the sale, okay? Making the sale on the spot, like for this specific search term, that's it. That's all that matters, okay? Now, guys, we have the A10 algorithm. And in a couple of minutes, I will show you like how to leverage the A10 with the new strategy. But for the moment, let's just see what are the priorities of this A10 algorithm. Because it doesn't focus anymore only on just the keyword number of sales. It's also very important where the sales come from. What is the customer actually looking for? It tries to find about that with an algorithm, okay, an internal algorithm that try to match the search term, the historic search and purchase of the customer with the best product that is most likely to convert and make the customer happy. So solve his problem as well, because their goal now is to get repeated customers, okay, like for the long term. It was always that, but like they now created a sophisticated enough system in order to do that like most of the time. So they focus more on the customer being satisfied and going back to Amazon. Analyze organic growth together with pay-per-click. So also the sales that come from like organic search are gonna count more than pay-per-click campaigns. So if you can sell a customer without having to pay for the click, like they will click on you just by finding you, the sales is going to be more important. And if the sales come from a click that you get from social media, it's going to count even more, okay? But keep that in mind. Keep all these things in mind. Customer engagement and seller authority is preferred. So if a customer follow your pen name, for example, if you had many books under the same pen name, under the same niche, all these things are gonna matter. Okay? So it might sound pretty logical, but I will show you like the process that I've applied to 1000x my publishing results within a couple of years. And it's just by not looking for keyword not looking for keywords anymore to have in the title. Instead, what we're looking for are useful data, and it takes way less time than keyword research. Actually, like it's way simpler, because all we need to find is problems or needs or things that people want from the market. Okay, mainly we can use Amazon. We can still do everything on Amazon, but what we're looking for are useful data to compose then our books. And our book is going to be nothing more than a solution to this problem, need, or thing that people want. So we're going to fill this bridges gap that is currently in the market. And as we said, A10 algorithm prioritizes listings that align with the customer intent, not what they type, what their real intent is. And they know that with the algorithm that trace the last thing the customer searched, which listing he spent more time in, like what's his conversion rate on average on Amazon, etc., etc. Okay, so this approach, you see how better it is, because instead of just looking for a keyword which means nothing, no customer will ever think, they don't even know what a keyword is. So if you think about it, all what we're doing is nonsense. It's just gonna look. The algorithm is gonna see if we can solve the problem of the customer that is gonna typing inside the search bar. Okay, I always use the example of brain aging. So if a senior wants to get sharp again in his brain, Amazon somehow is going to understand it from what he searched. He might just search like, Sudoku, because he doesn't know what he's looking for. Sudoku for seniors. But the algorithm can understand because yesterday he searched for a brain IQ test, for example. So it's going to know that he's looking actually for memory or intelligence boosting puzzles for seniors. And that's exactly what is going to show him. Okay, books that communicate openly that they try to solve the brain aging problem or make the mind of seniors more sharp. Okay, not just only Sudokus. You can try that on Amazon right now. Okay, if you can go out, do it for yourself. And this stuff works way better than the normal Sudokus, and that you can charge way higher price because they just solve the specific problem. And Amazon knows that and know who to show this to. And if it doesn't, you can just teach him with pay-per-click campaigns. So you can target broader terms in general and get people to see your book, and Amazon will understand where to show your book actually. Okay, you can use the backend keyword, you can use keyword in title, subtitle, etc. Like, I'm not saying this is completely useless, but it's quite useless anyway. Now, the third point of this is finding a catalyst. Now, we found our problem and solution or things that people want. We created that solution. The catalyst is just something that is going to power up everything we've done so far. Okay, you cannot just write how to slow brain aging for over 60 people. You need to find a mechanism, a wording that is more intriguing. Okay, that seems to be better than everything out there, because there is plenty of books that claim to solve this problem. But what is their mechanism? Okay, let's say you have like a science-based new. You go on Google and just find like new, or ask ChatGPT like what are the modern solutions to brain aging, and you find a new science-based thing that if you like you this specific exercise in disorder is going to improve. You can say that, okay, a new science-backed approach to solve brain aging with puzzles. And then you can add like, more catalysts as well, but this is going to be the main one. Okay, for example, science-backed exercises or protocol is, for example, a catalyst. You can find a limited one of them, unlimited. Memory boosting, have fun while, like, whatever. Like a catalyst is going to be the core idea of your problem solution and communication. And then you just repeat that description everywhere, and, you got your catalyst. And then that's the core, the key of making money really. Is like nailing down these three things, okay? And once you have these three things nailed down, you create a brand around the books that is your winning catalyst. You just create a brand around them. You just keep doubling down on the catalyst or on the problem, testing new catalyst. Okay, those are the two things you can do, and you have a brand. And after that, you see you have completed all the 4 points checklist of the 8-10 algorithm. Okay, you have a brand, so this is okay. You bring external traffic, you drive traffic from outside, because now you have a brand, you can create social media for the brand. You solve the overall intent problem because you have a solution to a real problem. So you know the intent of the customer, and you have a unique catalyst that are going to solve this problem. So you have zero competition. It becomes 10 times, 20 times easier than just copy pasting someone keyword, or even just like using the keyword in general. And then you're going to have organic growth just because your solution becomes more popular and you get more customer buying into it. So Amazon think, okay, this new solution works. Like this is what people are craving, and they start showing it more even organically. So you really need to print out this scheme, put it as a desktop wallpaper on your phone, everywhere. This is your new north when it comes to Amazon KDP publishing. And it might sound a bit complex, okay, but really all you have to do, maybe I will just draw a scheme for you so you can better understand what I'm trying to explain. All right, let's show a bit more practically what you should be doing, like kind of practically, okay? So you type something, this is the Amazon search bar, or like, what should look like. And you type whatever in the search term. Let's keep our example of brain puzzles, seniors, okay, this is seniors. And you will get all these results. Okay, obviously search on Amazon, you will see all the results. Use incognito, so the algorithm doesn't mess, the 8-10 algorithm doesn't mess with your current search history. And yeah, you will see all these books, guys. Okay, a normal publisher, or like, a broke one, $50 me back in the days, what I will do in the past is read their title, okay, title, and write all of them in a spreadsheet, and at the end I will take the best keyword, the best title, copy it, and do another book. Okay, that's pretty much what I will be doing. What I do now, guys, is I analyze everything else. Like I use the title all still, but I try to analyze everything. So I try to extract from the title a few data instead. Okay, so customer, target. Okay, problem solved. So problem, solution, catalyst. And I do the same with all these books, okay? And I write down these things, or I just save them inside my brain, okay? Because they're gonna be useful in the future. Then I can try the same thing. I write down like Sudokus, I write down all sort of like new things, okay? Memory boosting, whatever. And I try to memorize or just even feed to my brain these information. Like I look consciously for them. Okay, what's the problem he's gonna solve it? What is the catalyst he used? What is the way solving the problem, etc., etc. And yes, those are the data you need, not the keyword anymore. You collect data, okay, which was the first step, if you don't forget. And then you find a problem or need that is either solved not very good, or you can have another way to solve it. It's not that complicated, guys. Like it's quite simpler than it looks. You can literally ask ChatGPT of feed him this scheme and ask you for new stuff to do, pretty much. So you find a different solution, or a problem is not solved yet, a very precise problem is not solved yet, and you can take one of these solutions that you can find on Amazon to use. So it's pretty much about like crossing the various patterns and finding different way, okay, to either solve the problem or to word it or new catalyst. And then once you have these 3 things nailed down from the research, from the data you collected, then you think about a catalyst, okay? I've already done an AI tutorial, like maybe I link it in the description where I explain how to find a catalyst with AI. It's better to use your brain in general, but AI can do 75% of the work. And then now you have your winner, okay? Best seller. Excuse for my calligraphy, but it is what it is. You have your bestseller, and then you can create a line of bestseller around it. So this is the first one. bestseller. Okay, then you create 2, 3 brand, and then all these things cooperate together, and then you have your 6-figure brand business. Okay, with just 3 publications. Then you can expand and translate it, etc., etc. Okay, but Amazon is gonna like, A10 algorithm is gonna love this specific way to work. You're gonna make way more money, and you're gonna be way more happy. Okay, you can stop watching all the random YouTube video from like newly improvised gurus. And that's it, guys. Okay, I hope the video was clear. I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope you liked this video already and you commented that I'm a good guy and I explain things very good. I hope you already joined my free Skool community and subscribe to the channel. And if you want me to do all this process with you, so without any chance to fail, pretty much, like I've generated more than $1 million in royalties, you can just watch the breakdown of branded publishing in the description. Okay, it's a free video. I will explain how this works more in details and actually show you more examples. And then you can decide to apply to work with me. I don't accept anyone, but if you are a good fit, then we can just start doing that for you and doing that together and, achieving great results. Hope this was useful and cheers. I will see you in the next video.